Hello and welcome back to episode 17 of Mad Dialogue with me, Michelle.
And me, Skylar.
Oh, let me scooch over a bit to see Skylar. Sorry. I don't know why I felt like I was going to fall off the bed then. So this week we thought we'd talk about dating apps and dating online and so on and so forth. So why did I come up with this? Because I was watching some horror stories on YouTube. I say horror stories, but they weren't all horror stories. But yeah, there were some stories and whatnot. So I think I'll start off by talking about my own experience. Okay. So yes, I did look at dating apps. I'm not going to lie. But I looked at the dating apps where the male in question is across the ocean.
Yeah.
Did you know what I mean? So it was just really testing the waters. Not only that, them dating apps, a lot of them are really nice to look at.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just say that, yeah. And but obviously it's that thing where I don't believe they're all being truthful in their description of themselves, like their age, what they look like, and their profession, and so on and so forth. And I'm not saying that's all of them. I'm just saying some of them.
Yeah.
I don't believe are totally honest. And then there was one guy that I spoke to. His name was Walter, and he was a regular looking chap. He wasn't like,
really lame.
Yeah, he weren't like model looking or anything like that. He was just an average Joe, which is calm, no problem. So like I said, I'm just talking because I have no intentions of meeting these men across the ocean. And he started to get annoyed at me not replying quick enough, until the more he got annoyed is the less I wanted to reply.
Yeah.
And then he threatened that he was going to come to the UK and find me. Yeah. And then I stopped with all of that, the overseas one.
Yeah.
And then you convinced me to try Tinder. Yeah. I lasted 12 hours. 12 hours. I got 99 hits. I think that's how, I don't even know the correct terminology, but
matches.
Yeah. I don't think they were matches, but they were interested in me.
So not people you matched with, but people that wanted you, but you didn't swipe on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not saying that like, oh yeah, I'm all that. It's more, well, I am all that. Don't get it twisted, but I'm talking more like my heart is all that. I'm talking physical thing, like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm not a bad looking woman, but I'm not the best looking woman, and I can quite happily say that. So I believe that any woman that joins, she's going to get the same amount of interest.
Yeah.
Probably even more for some women. But the ones that I was matched with, I remember one in particular tried to strike up a conversation, which is fine. But then he started asking me if I wanted long term or short term. And I didn't know what, obviously I know what long term is, but what short term? And then he told me that he was in town centre drinking a cup of coffee. And then I started panicking because I thought, oh my gosh, I felt like he could come and find me and knock on my door. And I know that he couldn't.
Yeah, but
it still
like,
weirded me out.
Yeah.
Like, what's your opinion on dating apps?
I feel like it depends on who you are as a person and what exactly you're looking for. Because I know, there's certain apps that I know, like, like Tinder, for instance. Like, even though there is options for long term and stuff like that, it's mainly a hookup app,
Yeah.
Like, people will go on there to meet someone, go out for a drink and call, like, But so people who are into that, that's good for them. That it's easy for them to find these hookups. But I also feel like if there's people that are genuinely interested in having long-term relationships and ready for marriage and stuff like that, I would not say online dating is the best place. And now, obviously, there's people it works out for, and that's great for them. But it's that kind of like, I wouldn't say 1 in a million, but it's quite rare that I think that people honestly meet on Tinder and say, yeah, and now we're married and have how many kids,
Okay, so that's a fair point of view in the respects of, because there are stories where people have said they've met their partner or their husband or wife or whatever on a dating app, and they went on to get married and have children. So it's not to say that it's not possible, but there are stories where that's not the case. I heard I watched a video earlier, and the guy was saying that he basically met a girl on Tinder, and she said, "Oh, let's meet in the park at 10 o'clock at night." Now, come on. I mean,
they usually meet in a busy place,
man or woman. Yeah, you're
not meeting a stranger in the park
at 10 o'clock at night. And so he went, and she wasn't there. So what did he do? He sat on the bench and decided to wait in case she was running late. I was like, you was really desperate for that date, weren't you, mate?
Yeah.
Anyway, he said he messaged her, didn't get no reply. Anyway, a little while after, she must have messaged him and said to him, "Come to the toilets behind you." And when he turned around and looked, there was indeed a toilet, building, whatever. And
so why?
And when he looked, he walked over. He walked over everyone.
Why?
Yeah, he walked over, and
to the toilets.
And then he saw a man looking at him.
Yeah.
And so obviously he turned and ran. And when he looked back, the man was chasing him. Yeah, he made it to his car. But my thing is this: that same said man could then go on the dating app and then try meet a woman and then do the same thing to her. But not obviously. Anybody with any sense would know not to meet a stranger in a park at 10 o'clock at night.
That's just common sense. Like, how desperate can you be for the pum? You're winning. Well, I mean, that must have been what you thought was going to happen.
I was just about to say that actually makes your point, what you said earlier, more relevant, that it's more of a hookup.
Yeah, but it's like
a hookup thing.
No, man, woman, whatever. Like, there's no way you're taking yourself. Like, you're purposely and whatever because you think you're a man. That it's not gonna be the same. But it's the same way. There's always gonna be someone bigger than you and has weapons or whatever. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then to be sitting there and then to be told to go to the fucking toilets and still with your dumb ass, still.
But that's again, it's that with that's two stories, one story. I'm saying two stories because there's another story in my head, but for some reason I can't get the whole story together. Maybe it will come back. But the point I'm making is there's other sides to it as well. Like, for example, was it the Tinder swindler or the swindler?
Swindler.
It was Tinder swindler. I actually watched that, and which brings it back to the point of, using a false identity, having a false mask, and basically catfishing. And it's sad, really, because I think when somebody's saying that they're going on these dating apps, and I'm not saying it's just women, because there's men out there as well that are actually looking for love.
Yeah.
And so therefore they're going on it with a genuine mindset, with a genuine heart. Do you know what I mean?
And then to be put yourself out there.
Yeah, it is.
To post up pictures of yourself and write a description. Like,
yes.
Because I'm not being funny. It's not obviously just people that you're gonna family could see you on there, colleagues, like so many people could see you on there, and not everyone kind of has this thing where.
Well, if they see you on there, then they're on there as well. Let's be for real.
Or, sometimes people bring
true.
Stuff to people.
That's true as well.
Have you seen this? So for me, I think it's a lot to put yourself out there, especially
and I think as well, when you're doing that, in some ways, it's almost like you're looking for validation that you are
active and that people do want to be with you and want to get to know you, or even people just do want to have sex with you and find you sexually attractive. Like, and I feel like that's one thing. Like, obviously me, like, I'm at an age where it's like, I got into a relationship at this point in my life. So by the time I'm old enough to go on dating apps, I probably won't. And it's also that thing as well where I'm not being funny. Like, I think of dating apps, like, for me personally, it was like a last resort. Like, I couldn't think being like an adult and because people, when they're working, they struggle to like meet people and like make time in their life to meet people. So that's kind of why they go in there as well. But it's just like, I don't know, for it to supposedly, it was made as a thing to make life easier for people, basically, who have these busy lives. So for people to come on there and then want to be catfishing people and things like that, I just find it's crazy.
And even and not even just the catfish, you know, meet someone on a dating app, you go out with them and you are never seen again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they will actually use the dating app as an easier means of meeting females so that they can kill them.
Like
that's the reality. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, really and truly, what's the percentage of the people that have had a successful outcome on dating apps opposed to the people or the other situations where the outcome hasn't been good? Me personally, yeah, obviously, if I'll say everyone knows, but if you don't know, you know, you're going to know now that I've been on my own for over 5 years now. And obviously I've just talked about my own experience with the dating app, but I'm a firm believer that if I'm going to meet somebody, I would much rather it just be out in everyday life.
Yeah,
and
like
when I say,
organically.
yeah, like, you know, if I'm shopping, yeah, like, and I'm smiling when I say that, because if you see a man on his own, I don't know if other single women do this, but I tend to look what's in his basket to see. You always know when you know when he's on his own, because he only has a basket. If he's pushing a trolley, he may well have a girlfriend,
or
fiance.
family, like.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Even if he doesn't have a wedding band on, but if he's got a basket, he's on his own. And I tend to look or peep in the basket to see, you know, what kind of money is sort of gauged from his basket, if that makes sense.
You know, if he's just got bad crisps in there, he's got
beer,
like, vegetables.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
like
you wonder,
deodorant.
what he's gonna make with that. Like, you know, actually see ingredients rather than ready-made meals.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
Is
I
he
mean?
got, he's got some soap in there. Oh, shower gel. Oh, that's good. That's
like,
good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
you figure out a lot about a person with their
exactly.
shopping.
You wouldn't see that on a dating app. Just saying.
That's what I'm saying. No one's got their shopping list on there.
Or if it's in a bookstore, if you're in a bookstore and you see like what section is in, do you know what I mean? Like if it's in the anime section, like for me, that only likes anime. I get that, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you know, yeah, no, I totally get what you mean, but you can like figure out a lot from a person from seeing them in certain settings rather than just what they're putting on the description. Because
exactly.
I'm not being funny. It's so easy to just write the dumbest stuff that aren't true about you. Like, come on, I've applied for jobs. I do Pilates.
No, don't you? Like, when you said you stole my whole personality.
But it's true. It's that easy to just
exactly.
lie,
Exactly.
You know? So it's like
and not only that, you know, when somebody's sending a message, you cannot convey emotion. You know what I mean? Like if I'm in a coffee shop, then let's say I'm building up these scenarios like this shit has happened, but I'm just saying, if I'm in a coffee shop and I'm talking to somebody, I will know from the way how they're responding to me whether they're interested in talking to me or not. And I'm not saying that, you know, well, obviously, you know, because they wouldn't text you back or whatever, but nevertheless, the point I'm making is you can get
more from a person's face.
Yes, their energy when they're in front of you than when they're on the phone. Do you know what I mean? And so
also people are a lot more brazen over the phone. Like in person, no guy's just gonna flash his dick to you.
Oh my goodness, and that has happened. That happened to me on that short spell of time on Tinder. 12 hours. In 12 hours, in a matter of 12 hours, someone flashed their penis at me.
It's like,
I mean, really. And if you're watching this or listening to this, I just want to let you know that was not the nicest looking penis I've ever seen. Just saying. Not that I've seen that many, but I'm just saying, as far as penises go, that was not a nice looking penis. It was, do you know what? I don't want to make you feel small. Pardon the pun. But it wasn't a nice looking penis. But anyway, moving on. Sorry. I digressed massively there. But I was horrified when he flashed his penis.
I would be too. It's actually illegal to send unsolicited nudes, by the way, guys. Just in case anyone needed to know that.
But you see, that's the thing there. Because I was fresh to Tinder, I had no clue that wasn't. I thought that was, you know, yeah.
Well, it is, but it is illegal.
And I was like, Really?
Yeah,
So
unless
people
someone
do it.
asks for nudes, like you shouldn't be.
I guess
sending
he
them.
was expecting a picture of mine.
Yeah, but obviously there will be some women that probably send stuff back.
But he would
they're
have
down
been.
for that.
It would have been embarrassed because my dick's bigger than his. No, I'm joking. But like,
13-inch clip.
but it's like seriously, why would you do that? Obviously, I know why he did it, but it's really offensive to somebody like me. I'm sorry.
To anyone, let's be real. Like,
No, because some women they like that.
yeah, but really and truly, most don't.
Okay.
Especially if you're saying it didn't even look nice. And no, hi, how are you? Just bam. Ugh.
Oh no, he did say hi,
Oh,
and then his
Yeah.
little friend said hi too.
little friend.
You know. So yeah. So once again, it's that thing where like you know, if it works for you, then more power to you.
Yeah.
As it goes, if you like it, I love it. But for me personally, I'm not a dating app type
Girly.
of person. Yeah, 100% no. And obviously, I know you're with your beloved, but would you?
No, I feel like, okay, so the only reason, like, if I was to, once again, it's the last resort, but I feel like with my life and how I want to live, I don't think I'd struggle to meet anyone. But I would say, like, if I was, I'd probably go on Hinge. I hear good stuff about that.
You say that, but that's one of the horror stories I heard today, and I can't even.
Oh.
No, that story that I mentioned was Tinder, but there was
Yeah.
another story that was Hinge,
But,
and I
well,
can't
with
remember what it
Hinge,
was.
The only reason why I'd opt for that is because I'm pretty sure with that one, now don't hold me on this, I haven't done my research.
I
but
thought that was more of a hookup one than Tinder.
Hinge, no, because apparently Hinge, they try to say, like, oh, like, a lot of more people, like, success rates of them
Oh,
getting together. But I think now on these dating apps, there's a lot, like, longer verification system. Like, to get a tick next to your name, like, you have to verify your actual face. It's like matching your IDs and stuff, which is like saves people obviously more from
Yeah.
catfishing. So you know, at least I'd know, oh, if someone has a tick, at least I know that's definitely them and stuff like that. But really and truly, I just couldn't. I just feel like anyone I've dated, you know, I've met them naturally, you know, in whatever setting, and I've got to know them as a friend and be with them. Whereas I'm not saying you can't do that when you meet people on dating apps, but with the whole hookup culture thing and people wanting to murder people and all of this shit, it just seems so long to put yourself through. Like, I just personally, I don't think I could.
Yeah, I feel you, girl. I feel you. So we'll just keep it the old-fashioned way. And if I am to meet anyone, may I meet him at Tesco, Costa? I don't go that many
Yeah.
places, really.
Corner shop.
On a walk. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
around here. No.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, Costa or Tesco or Greg's.
Greg's.
The nail salon.
Well, town centre.
Town, yeah.
Primark.
Just be there on the right days.
H&M,
Maybe once a
Waterstones.
month, once
Look at
every
me
other month.
telling everyone my locations.
Stop, yeah, hold on a minute.
I will be
Ignore
here
that.
at this time on this day. No,
So
I'm
if you want to meet
joking.
me at 10 p.m. behind a park toilet,
You know where I'll be. At home in my bed. No, I'm joking. All right, then. I
Gosh.
think we'll leave it there this week. What are you saying, Skylar?
yeah.
Okay, then. As always, I am sending an abundance of love and light. It's goodbye from me.
And bye from me.
Bye.